Before I go on to our next story, I'd like to introduce my guest for the podcast today. Joining me for Last Week on Earth is my dear friend, Dwell Taylor.
Hello, Ben Gleib. Thank you for having me onto your studio program, your podcast. Hey, as you and I...
Are you a Google fan? What are your thoughts about Google?
I wish that Google was made in Canada.
I'm going to ignore you said that because that's hurtful to me and to America.
Well, hello, baby Jingo. Hello, baby Jingo. Red, white, and blue swath blanket. That's not the way I play it up in Bella Coola, BC, where I live, Ben. And what I want to do is get back to the issue here, and that's episode 4, okay? It's when you and Greg Proops got together and talked about life coaching, okay? And you disparaged the industry.
So I regret that very much.
I'm a big fan of yours, Ben, but gotta say I lost a client based on the fact that you and Greg said, hey, who needs a life coach? I think that was the direct quote from Greg. Okay, I believe you agreed with them. That didn't help me out one iota, Ben Gleib.
You don't have to fill your time. You can't have the luxury of filling your time with a job or a skill. So it's like,
what are you going to do? Just walk around and put boots on your feet all the time, Ben? As a comedian, you're just going to go sit down in the laundromat and read the paper all day. And when someone wants to crack a joke, you just look over sort of surreptitiously and say, nothing.
I think my computer got unplugged, by the way. If somebody could plug it back in for me, because I'm running. I'm running low, Captain.
Hello, my friend Ben Gleib. Are you there, Ben?
We're friends for life.
Friends for life until you stab a bloke in the back, lying on the air like that.
Okay, but.
All right, so Ben, here's the deal. When I was in Los Angeles at some point last year, I was at a Optimal Life seminar. I was walking people through how to optimize their lives, and you were there.
Fuck!
You were there, along with a couple of people that I didn't know, never learned their names, couldn't get them on my mailing list.
And one of them shit on the floor.
I wasn't aware of that. And we sat down in one of the styrofoam chairs, and you gave me some real good feedback on my seminar. Appreciated that very much.
It was really gross.
But you also called me some names.
Very true.
You also called
eccentric.
You called me some names, Ben, that I thought were very complimentary. And frankly, the fact that you didn't say them on the air, episode 4, made me suspect.
Right.
Maybe think that perhaps you were blowing some of the dust around.
Exactly right.
Well, what I'd like you to do, if you're up for it, is go ahead and tell the studio audience what you told me that day. Tell the audience what you called me that day based on the work that I did on stage, based on the optimal life work I did on stage. Will you please do that?
He was born under a double rainbow, under the shine of a new star.
Okay, that's number 1. Number 2?
Guiding sunray, dear leader, great leader, respected leader, brilliant leader.
That's 4. That's 5.
The great son of life.
Next.
Great man who descended from heaven.
Great man who descended from heaven. Oh.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Okay, and what else did you call me that sheds a positive light on being an optimal life coach?
Invincible and ever triumphant general and highest incarnation of the revolutionary comradely love.
And why exactly would you call me that name?
It's shocking. It's a little sad. It shows you love women.
Guilty as charged, Ben Gleib.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, especially if it has anything to do with Angela Merkel, the Wonder Woman of Europe, who's forging all these last-minute debt deals and fending off the mammoth collapse of the continents, okay? But she's remaining steadfast. She's begging patience for the long path of recovery. And you know what? I admire that in a woman.
Oh, my God. Let's not get carried away. I don't want our pulses to rise unnecessarily.
Well, if you stick with me in my life optimization program, Ben, I can teach you how to keep your pulse levels down, almost to the point where it seems like you're dead.
Very cool. You never need to go out.
Not true. You need to be out all the time, actually.
You do?
Yes. And stop telling lies.
Dwell, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
This has been Last Week on Earth.